Okay, welcome back to Noise Avocation Podcast, the weekly show on all things music related, which I never really say because I'm not a formal radio announcer. Thanks for tuning in. So today we have Jimmy from Top Floor Tapes with us to talk about his tape label, how he started it, what got him into tapes, into hardcore music, that sort of thing. Just a background on the dude in general, because we didn't know a whole lot prior to talking to him.
Yeah, this came together super quick, and
I had
it's
a lot
not
of fun.
just about tapes, it's the whole crazy conversation.
Yeah, there's a lot of random tangents that we went off on, but that'll happen. That's what podcasts are for long spoken word format. But I had a lot of fun talking to the guy. He's really cool, and it seems like, even though we just met him, it's one of those things where it seems like it's a dude that you've known your whole life, just
Definitely.
because all the similarities in personality and music tastes and, movie tastes and just all of that shit kind of blended together. So
Definitely nice to connect with fucking cool, real-ass people.
yeah, so you can follow his Instagram at Top Floor Tapes. We will have all of the links for that in the episode description. Obviously, this will be plugged throughout the episode a few times, but just, so you can go out and support his stuff. He'll be re-releasing the Annie Up, See You in Hell album back from, I think it came out 2015, 16, somewhere around there.
2015, I believe.
15. I know it was quite a while ago now, or it doesn't seem like it was that long ago, but 8-9 years goes by really fucking quick.
It's almost 2024.
Yeah. So, go check that out. If you're a fan of Annie Up, definitely go follow them. Great band, great group of guys, and support his label for putting out the re-release. So pick those up when they're available. I think he said next week they go up or something like that.
For the Annie Up ones, I believe he said in the next couple of weeks.
Next couple weeks.
Continue to follow for all releases because they're super limited, and once they're gone, they're gone.
Yeah, it's a quick run of tapes, under 100 copies, so very limited. And there's, I believe he said, 2 different variants per tape, typically. So if you're a tape collector, you're a tape head, you're a Detroit hardcore fan, or you're just a fan of somebody who's putting in the work to support music themselves, go support the guy and follow us on Instagram, obviously, at Noise Avocation. If for some reason you're a listener and you're not following us, definitely go change that.
But yeah, you got to hit that whatever thing.
It's a follow button.
Yep.
And yeah, so unless you have anything else, Jeremy, we're going to jump into the conversation with him, and then we'll get to all that.
Since I keep bringing up deaths,
keep in mind this is going to be 2 weeks out.
Right.
So you're gonna say what, Matthew Perry died?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
And I just wanted to say that I would trade him for Suzanne Summers.
Oh, to get him back?
Yep.
I don't know. Matthew Perry had a nice set of boobs too.
That I like girl boobs.
I'm just fucking with you. But
enjoy
anyway,
the show.
We're gonna get into it with Jimmy. So enjoy the interview. Thanks for listening. Jimmy, thanks for taking the time to jump on the show. We appreciate it, man. It's nice to meet you, talk to you, and get into your Top Floor Tapes label.
Absolutely. No, thanks for having me. Appreciate you guys. Yeah, let's do it.
So I guess start off by telling us, how'd you get into, crafting your own label, and specifically tapes for that matter?
Yeah. So I was in a band in 2010, 2011 called Spring Break. It was a mix of hardcore pop punk. You know what I mean? That emotional hardcore. How kids call No Pressure or Koyo hardcore nowadays?
Yeah.
It was similar to that, but in 2011, I guess. And I love those bands. I'm not talking trash. I'm just trying to everyone's categorizing bands in a way.
Yeah. There's always going to be a genre snob out there that's that's not this.
Right. But then it's weird because if I was oh yeah, we're a hardcore band, then you listen to us, you'd be I don't really know if he understands,
hardcore.
But whatever. But I was in that band and we recorded on I think 5 or 4 songs, and just never did anything with it and broke up shortly after. And for years, it kind of just weighed on me. And I'm not saying it's great. I'm not saying, whatever, but I'm just saying as like a personal project, I tried really hard to get that band together, and then it didn't necessarily come out exactly how we originally wanted it to, but it was still fun and whatever. And it was a group of friends and time capsule. But I just one day was like, man, I would love to just put that out. It's been, 12, 13, 14 years. And my neighbor actually, he was like, oh, I work with this guy who makes his own tapes. And I was like, oh, really? And then I started talking to that guy. And then it just kind of got to a runaround where I didn't want to work with that guy. And I just figured out how to do it on my own and whatever. But I was like, I'm going to put out Spring Break's demo or whatever and just put it out there. And I'm not going to put the music online because I don't care. I just like, if you want to hear it, take a chance and listen to it. And if you like it, awesome. If you get one and you want to talk to me about it, I would love for you to email me or hit me up online and tell me what you don't like about it, what you do like about it, anything like that. I'm all about conversation. But I just wanted to do that. And so I was figuring out how to put that out. And this is like August. So like this is just a couple months ago. And now my cat's knocking over.
That's all good.
It's all great. So like a day after I decided to like work on that and like start putting out like a layout and like work on cover art and like contact all the people in the band that I haven't talked to in a long time and whatever, and just make sure they were cool with it and whatever. Dead Hang, a band from down here that I'm friends with. I've been friends with for quite a long time. They put up one song and then I quickly listened to it and I was like, this is pretty sick. I like this. So I hit them up just to be like, yo, I like the track. You guys are dope. And how many songs do you have? And then just randomly, like kind of just like organically, I was like, oh yeah, no, I'll put that out. And like, I didn't have an idea of being like a label or anything, right. But I was just like, well, I'm putting out my old band. Like, I don't know, it might be fun to put out theirs too, just because who knows if they would get around to it or not, or at what time frame, you know what I mean?
Yep.
But I'm a big collector of physical media. I own tons of movies, DVDs, VHS, Laserdiscs, records, tapes, all of it. Like I physical is very important to me. I love having something to look at when I'm listening to a record. You know what I mean?
You're preaching to the choir, dude. We're the same way.
Cool. I figured, you guys are from a record shop, so like I figured you guys are kind of the same mentality. Yeah. But it means more, right? Like there's something more to it, and also like,
and it's yours. A band gets, like nobody can take that from you. Like if that album gets pulled from Apple Music, Spotify, whatever, you have that shit at your house, and that is your copy.
Right. It is yours forever. Exactly. And like, that's also why I really like the whole limited thing with hand numbers and like all that stuff, like which hardcore's been doing forever. And I love, and it seems like it went away for a little bit just because of digital. But I could also be wrong and ignorant, but
No, it totally did, because hardcore's a fucking, metal, all bands. It's not even a hardcore thing. It's like bands starting out, man. Nobody has any fucking money. And then, and back then it was easier just to, to put it out, to stream it, So,
sure.
Like for me, I listened to Dead Hang on fucking Spotify, and then when I saw that I could get that tape, I was like, fuck yeah, because I like to support the band as much as I can, because it's hard to nowadays, and that's another thing we try to preach too, is like, buy the physical media, support these fucking people, you know what I mean?
Absolutely. No, absolutely. And I'm all about it. And that's like, I make only a certain amount of tape, or I have at least. I'm not saying I make because I haven't been doing it that long. But what I'm doing is I make very limited numbers, and I give the band enough to where they can fund either another project or at least make some shirts or something, like if they sell those tapes. Like, I don't give them money up front. I just give them copies of the tapes and be like, yo, sell your product, keep that money, do your thing, keep it going. And
thing, dude. And
I'm also like, it's not like I'm just putting out releases. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not signing anybody. I'm not trying to like be like, for 3 years you got to deal with me.
Right.
No, it's like, if anything, I just want to put the band out there and get it out there and spread the love of Detroit hardcore, Michigan hardcore. because I think we as a community have something special, and
Fucking A.
sometimes get looked over. We get looked over sometimes. And I mean, you know, there's bigger bands doing it right now, and that's awesome. And I'd like shout out Never Ending Game. You know, D Block is the best band in the world. Cold as Life, all this stuff. You know, we have all these Detroit bands doing it big right now,
Yeah,
and more coming.
awesome.
You know,
Never Ending
and
Game.
so, like,
Fucking. When I saw them at the Coldest Life show, I already had their records, right? And I listened to them here and there. But and the same thing can be said for Mind Force. And then when they played live, I was like, holy fuck, you know what I mean? Just fucking blew me away.
Mind Force live is an experience.
Yeah, I'm fucking.
Yeah,
I
it's
want
an
to do that
experience.
like every week.
Right. No, but just back on the tape thing. Tapes are cheap, right?
Yeah.
And I don't have money. I don't, I'm living paycheck to paycheck. I'm late on most things, on bills and stuff. But like at the same time, like I look at the money I was spending on movies or like whatever, you know what I mean? Just like my expense, like just fun time money. I call them fun tickets, but I just looked at it and I was just thinking like, cool. So what? I eat ramen for 2 weeks. Like, okay, and then like, but I get to do something cool and like put out
a record. Yeah,
right.
That's awesome.
Like, so I just started doing that, and I really just like originally, it was just going to be Spring Break and then Dead Hang, and then I was just like, I don't know, why not? I hit up a friend. He made a logo, and shout out Mark. I think at You Dirty Bird, he's done a couple of logos. I think he did a logo for Under the Knife recently. It's like a graffiti tag kind of name thing. But so I just figured why not? And I've been friends with Annie Up for a long time. Over the years, like they've been a band for like 18, 19, 20 years, something like that. And they've been on and off. You know what I mean?
Yep.
And it seems like I think they're going to be, I don't want to like give anything away, but I think they're going to be recording soon, which is cool. But I just wanted to put out that full length from 2015, The See You in Hell, because it was a cool full length. It was a big part of my life around that time. And they're homies. Like I've been great friends with Critter and Matt from Annie Up forever. And I couldn't talk about hardcore if I didn't talk about Annie Up because of the experiences that I had with them.
Right.
Oh, that title track on that album too, See You in Hell, the song, it's fucking shit. It's hard
heavy
as fuck, dude. I love it.
Yeah, I love the breakdown in that song.
It's fucking heavy, dude.
It's just mean, because like if you listen to the lyrics, like without knowing the backstory of what that song's about, it's still mean. And it's like, damn, this guy's hunting someone angry. He's angry. He's going to hunt this dude down and kill him for some reason. And I don't think I'm putting anything out there that's out of school or whatever, but that song is about Critter's mom getting into an accident, and the guy was a hit and run. He took off.
Damn.
And so that song,
I never knew
that song is about him trying to find the guy who injured his mom.
Fucking goddamn drunk drivers, man.
That's way more context for the song, though.
Now it makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
You knew, like
so
you just said, you knew he was fucking pissed about something. You just didn't know exactly what it was.
Right. No, and so like just like that song is so important, and like
fucking A, dude.
It's just heavy, it's just heavy, and it's angry, and it's a great song when you're angry to listen to, you'd be like, I know how you could channel his energy,
Yep. Dance around in your fucking living room and shit.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, absolutely.
He's
positive, negative release.
Yep.
I've never met him. Like I've talked to him a couple times on Instagram, but he runs a clothing label too, doesn't he?
13. Yeah,
that's what I thought.
They just did a Halloween shirt. Frank every year he does a Halloween shirt, and I think this year he did a Frankenstein one.
Yeah, I got a couple of the shirts from like a few years ago, and then like I've talked with Matt here and there a couple times just through like acquaintances and stuff, but I've never. If I did meet him in person, it was brief, and I don't really remember. It might have been at a show or something.
Reach out to them, try to get them on, because I think they'd be really interesting to talk to, because just being around for 2 decades almost. Matt used to put on a lot of shows out in Port Huron, and is really responsible for starting. this could be hyperbole, but like, you know, in my opinion, you know, starting that scene out in Port Huron and getting kids to go to shows at a VFW hall. Shout out to Nora Grotto. That's a place they used to play. I think it's a U-Haul place now. But yeah, no, I would talk to those guys because they got a lot of history and they're good dudes.
That's what's up. Put in a good word for us. Tell them to call us.
We try to.
No, I will.
We try to mix up our hardcore interviews so we don't get lumped into a hardcore only podcast. So like
understandable. I mean, but your logo's negative approach, right?
I know. That's why I'm like, we really got to tread lightly because, and you're actually the first person to like point that out. I know other people knew, but nobody's like pointed
you're the
it
first
out.
person to be like, oh yeah, negative approach. Like how? And I'm kind of like, I wonder why nobody else has fucking stolen that yet.
And we love hardcore and all, but it's just we listen to everything. So like interview and
so do I.
show wise, like we try to get a little of this, a little bit of that, and like, you know, Terror Zone's doing his thing with Detroit hardcore, and we try not to like
shout out Rob. That's a good friend of mine.
We try not to step on his toes or anything, and like, you know, we don't want to get lumped into one category, but I am open to interviewing. Like,
you guys ever check out Detroit Head Check, DHC podcast?
Yeah, Illmatic was
those
on
guys
there
are cool
like
too.
a while back.
I just want to shout them out.
Right on.
Yeah.
Well, that's like another thing is like that's my background. So
okay.
And that's like,
when did you guys start going to shows? Like what, like hardcore and punk, I guess.
When I was so me
15,
it would have been like
maybe 14,
like very late 90s, early 2000s.
Cool.
Like 99 to like 2003, 4, 5. Had a kid, you know, and then I'd go once in a here and there, and then
yeah. Now, was there a scene out in Alpena?
Fuck yeah, dude.
Back then?
Yeah, pretty good
I'm
one.
unfamiliar. Sick.
I actually last night I just got like a stack of videotapes from an old homeboy of like old shows, and I gotta go through those when we get done here. But one of them is in BFW hall. Basically, it's a township hall that Walls of Jericho played at before they even
one of the best bands.
Before they even released anything, and with like another
awesome.
one of our bands, and so I'm gonna watch that when I get out of here.
That's awesome. And if you could dub that tape for me, that would be amazing.
I'm working on some shit, dude, for sure. I'll let you know.
Hell yeah. Definitely. Or at least upload it for the masses, you know, like for the community.
I'm trying to think of who I did. Earth Mover played here at one point. No.
Yeah, Hate Inc. played here.
I thought they played Presqu'île.
That's right.
Or was it Poison Tongues, maybe? I don't remember.
Oh, Poison Tongues did play here, but they played right here at the theater.
Oh, okay.
Hell yeah. Dude, shout out Poison Tongues. Good people.
I would say the biggest hardcore act, though, like that I can think of, was 25 to Life. However you feel about Rick to Life, doesn't, like, I'm just, either way.
No, the record speaks for itself.
Played in a goddamn, like, middle of nowhere, dude. Like, even the middle of nowhere to us. You know?
Yeah, we are in the middle of nowhere.
We are in the middle of nowhere. But, so it was,
That's funny.
But now, like, you're pretty much talking to, like, I don't know, half the scene. Like, I mean, it is what it is.
A lot of people moved away to get to other places or, you know, went for other jobs or whatever. But we had kids young.
Yeah, it happens.
Like, we got, I guess, I don't want to say stuck here. Like, you make the best of a situation.
Right. No, I get that.
But, yeah, so now you know where we're coming from.
Absolutely. So that's awesome. I started going to shows in, like, I want to say it was like 2002, something like that.
Oh, right.
2001, late 2001, 2002. I found out about hardcore through a couple different ways. A neighbor down the street, his older brother's friend always wore Earth Crisis hoodies and like the Satisfaction Hate Breed hoodie.
Yeah.
You know, and so like I found out about those bands and found out like what straight edge was or anything. I'm not straight edge or anything, but like just finding out what that is and everything. And then, you know, locally, I was at school, I think I was in 8th grade, and I saw a kid with a For Dire Life's Sake patch, and I had no idea what it said. And I was like, what does that say?
Yeah.
And he was like, For Dire Life's Sake. And I go, what does that mean? He goes, I don't know. He's just like, but they're really good. Yeah. And I was like, cool. And, you know, real quickly, I think I searched them on like mp3.com or something like that, you know, and I I found For Our Life's Sake. They had I think just the demo out at that time, or the EP or whatever, the 4-song EP. Maybe the full length. They might have had the full length out. I can't remember. But I saw them, and I went and saw them at a VFW hall in Clawson, Michigan, and it was the first time I've ever gone to like a local, show or whatever. And so like I had no idea what to expect. My mom dropped me off. It was great.
Fuck yeah, dude.
But like, right. And I remember walking up and like the VFW was packed. They were turning people away at the door saying it was sold out. Like it was crazy. Like just like the juxtaposition of like shows growing up to like shows now, which could be a whole different conversation because I blame the internet but whatever.
We could do a part 2 just on that, dude. That's another thing we can totally talk about.
Absolutely, man. I would love to.
Fucking damn. Going down some holes, dude.
Yeah, absolutely. But like that show, like it was like boys' night out, and like it was like I grew up going to like pop punk emo show. They were all like mixed bag shows. Like you could go and like For Our Life's Sake would be like the headliner on the show or whatever, but then like you'd have these really good punk bands or pop punk bands or like ska-core bands like
Designed by You, like mixed and shit.
Like, and it was great because like it gave you time to interact with everybody else. So like, you'd be watching a band, be like, this band's sick, and then you check out a couple songs by the next band, be like, this one's not really for me. Right. Walk outside, you see a bunch of friends, you meet people and meet like-minded people. And then, because sometimes like, especially with like that Cold as Life show, it's like I got 15 minutes that I can talk to some people I haven't seen in years, but then I got to go because I want to check out this band. I haven't seen, Death Threat since 2004. It's like I want to go see them. So like it's this weird thing. But I don't know. I miss shows with mixed bags. Like I miss like seeing ska bands playing with hardcore bands. Or like stuff like that.
Well, that's how it used to be around here, simply because of there's, you can't have a hardcore scene, a punk rock scene, a ska. Like you can't have all these separate things in a town with fucking 10,000 people. You know what I mean? So
no, you just have to throw everybody in.
Yeah, it was cool. It was cool thinking about it now, like how that was.
But it's like, it's so cool to me because like the exposure alone, like. You go because your buddy's in a cover band or something like that, and he's like, oh yeah, no, some kids asked me to play a show at a VFW hall, and then you go see your friend's band, but then all of a sudden the band before them rips, and then the band after them rips, and you're like, all of a sudden now you've got more fans, you've got more,
Yes, sir.
And it's still the same, but it's different. I don't know. No, sorry, I go off on tangents sometimes.
It's all good, but there's definitely. Without saying any more, there's a line, and it's where the internet starts, and all the happiness ends.
Yeah.
But let's back to the your tape business.
No,
it's
sorry,
cool. No, you're all good. I'm just
No.
So tapes in general, like
they're blowing up.
Yeah, I was gonna say
they are blowing up.
Popularity right now.
I've been seeing them kind of all over, and like. There's a good mixture of like the DIY ethic, which I love. I love a good DIY ethic of do it all yourself, and people are doing that. And then there are other people going the professional route of having a professional manufacturer. And I like that a lot too.
So you do everything DIY then, yeah?
No, I don't actually. Okay. I do go professional. I go through a manufacturer, but I add a couple extra things. Like I add like a little insert and stuff, so like it won't come sealed. But yeah, I don't know. I like, because I guess when I thought of a label, like, oh, I'm starting a label and like whatever, blah blah blah. But like I was just like, I wanted it to look good, and I wanted to do the bands right. Like, and I'm not saying that the DIY is not doing their bands correctly or whatever or anything like that. But in my opinion, like how I wanted to do my release was I wanted it to look as clean as possible and professional as possible. And then I wanted to give the band their copies to sell and be like, I hope you're proud, like I hope like this is like I did good, like,
What's the typical turnaround on manufacturing for tapes?
It's roughly a month.
Oh shit, that's so much faster.
Yeah, like, it's roughly a month. Yeah, especially because if you're talking about vinyl, because like right now, what are they quoting? Like 9 months, something like that.
Yeah, it's I hear different things from different people. I think it depends on who you're having press your stuff and what is being done, how many, etc. Obviously, but it's anywhere from like 5 to 9 months to, in some cases, a year.
Yeah.
And the
Yeah.
price
And
is like astronomically different. And I don't know
which
if
is
you have to
crazy to
have.
think that the prices are so astronomical, like how it like fluctuated and went back and forth because like
Yeah.
I was looking through like I have an old catalog for psychopathic records, ICP stuff, but I
Yeah.
Yeah,
was
yeah.
looking through that and it was like 94 or something like that, and like they're talking about selling the 12-inch vinyl for like $8, and then like but the tape is 10 and the CD's 10 and like stuff like, and it's just like crazy to me
Yeah, that was like when
because
they
like
had like Dayton Family and shit on there. And actually, I think
yeah,
they still are on there because I know like Esham is.
yeah, shout out Esham, East Side Hose Money. Dayton Family, love Dayton Family, Flint. It's
But yeah,
awesome.
there it was
Also,
like.
if you're ever in Flint, check out Jack's Record Stash. My boy Jerry's record shop. It's a great shop.
Oh yeah, I've heard of that place. I've never been there. I've
Yeah.
actually haven't gone record shopping in Flint. The only store I'm trying to think of a store near there that I've been. It's usually like I'll be hitting like Grand Rapids, like Vertigo and Kalamazoo
Vertigo's great. Yeah.
satellite records there. I know the guy pretty well, and then stores
Cool.
in Detroit and whatnot, and here and in between there. But I guess I never really get to Flint too often, just because
Sure.
I don't have any reason to go there at the moment, aside from like the occasional machine shop trip.
Right, right. I haven't been to a machine shop in years.
Yeah, it's been a while for me too. But yeah, it is crazy to see because like for a while, like like if you think like Fat Records, like they were pressing up 7 inches and 12 inches and selling the stuff like $15 to $20, $5 for a 7 inch, and like it was
Right.
a quick turnaround. You didn't have like a lot of places will be like, well, if you're pressing up a record, you got to do a minimum of 600 of these or 1,000 of these.
Sure.
Or, there's always some minimum through the company based on what company it is. But the popularity drove the demand for the price up too, because as the popularity goes up, the price, like they can just pretty much charge whatever they want because they're like, well, we know people are going to want to get it done. So how badly
Right.
do you want to get it done?
No, absolutely. And then you like throw in like the pandemic and everything like that,
Yeah,
and
that
it
threw
just
a whole wrench in everything. That screwed
right.
up a lot of stuff, especially for shipping. Like when you couldn't ship across seas for anything, and then when you could, it was like $40 to ship a record to Germany or something.
Yeah. Just something insane. I don't know. It's just like it's crazy, like the influx of money like that happens. But like, I mean, I guess
I
that's
think that helped
inflation, right?
yeah. And also to a degree, like companies being greedy, I think too, because I mean, really, do you need to charge the amount that you're charging, or are you just doing it because you can?
It's a great point. It's a great point.
But I think that helped drive the popularity of tapes because they're quicker turnaround. You can press lower quantities. They're cheaper to obtain, to manufacture, etc.
Sure.
And there's definitely a niche for them because at the store, like we sell tapes, we have different racks of Slayer tapes, metal tapes, like a few hip hop things, like anything tape wise we can find. But it's always like 9 out of 10 times it's a younger kid buying it.
That's cool too, because I guess I quoted to like when I was younger and like, what the hell's an 8-track? I never had an 8-track player or anything like that, but like if I went into a record store and saw an 8-track and then picked it up and bought it, I guess that'd be the same thing, right?
Sorta.
I guess
Yeah.
like for a younger kid.
Yeah, pretty much.
It's just I think it's cool when you see a younger generation get into, I mean, just being a fan of physical media, just the old stuff, the way that I think it should be on physical media. But
Yeah,
whatever.
I agree. And it's like whether they're buying CDs, records, tapes, whatever. Like 8-tracks, we don't really sell shit for. We do have them.
Yeah,
but
I don't.
People do not buy them. It's like
I think it's no. Why would you? I don't know.
Because there are certain things that are only on 8-track.
Yeah, I know, but they're just
okay.
I mean, I have an 8-track player,
yeah.
but I mean, it's stored. I don't even have it hooked up.
A lot of times it's old car guys that buy them that are like, oh, I got an
yeah,
old El
that makes
Camino
sense.
that still has the 8-track player. Or they do car shows and they want 8-tracks to sit on their seat or whatever. We get a lot, like not a lot of it, but we do come across it.
When I bought my stereo, like I got a house stereo for the first time in like 2005.
Love
and
that.
When I asked, I'm like, yo, where's the tape deck? The dude, I remember this. They looked at me like, what? Why would you want a tape deck?
Why?
And I got a like straight up brand new Sony, like for like $50 at the time. They just were like, okay, here you go. We found one buried under some shit, you know? And now I'm like,
take it, you nerd. Get out of here.
Now I'm like, fuck yeah, dude.
They're like, you're going to throw it out in a week.
Right. And I don't have like a shit ton of cassettes, you know, but I like
the options there.
Yeah, and I like getting these ones like this, you know?
Right. No, I like the aesthetic of tapes. And like tapes aren't my favorite. Like I'm a vinyl guy. Like I like vinyl. I like records and stuff. Like I buy more records than I do tapes. But like sometimes like I said, I'm broke. So like sometimes like it's the cheapest thing I can get to support the band. And then at the same time, like I don't know, I like the feeling of the cassette in the hand. It's palm size. You get the little artwork. Like
the J card folds out and everything.
All of it. Yeah, I love the aesthetic of it. But then again, I could say the same thing about 7 inches or 12 inches. Like I love the aesthetic. I love physical media.
But they all have like a different aesthetic to them. Like when you're holding a CD, you're like, this is cool. You know, it's got this. Like me and Jeremy, like we pretty much, if that's the only way we can get it, that's the only way we can get it. Like I'll take it, tape, CD, record, whatever. But each one has its own like particular feel, if that makes sense.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And then like going through like with the manufacturer, like when I started doing it, like there were so many options. I was like, I just want a tape, you know, like I didn't realize there's so many different things that you can do, different cases, different, all of it. And so I don't know, it's a big learning experience for me.
Definitely.
I'm not going to say I know what I'm doing. That's why I also like highly encourage like anyone who gets a tape from me or from the bands that I've put out, like any comments, concerns, suggestions or constructive criticism, like just send it my way. I'm all about it because I just want to get better and do the best I can for the bands I put out.
Definitely.
So I haven't really seen any of your tapes. Have you done like colored tapes or like I know you can print like images and shit on tapes like now like I have a few that have skulls on them that the little holes are the eyes and stuff, and
that's super cool. I would like to see cool shit. So like for the Dead Hang tape, for every release I'm doing 2 different colors and then 2 different cover arts. So like there'll be the main cover art and then there'll be a variant that's limited to however many numbers me and the band come up on. But I think the Dead Hang was black and green, and then Spring Break's orange and purple. And I only did purple because I wanted to be like Raekwon and do the purple tape.
Hell yeah.
But it's not the same color purple. But it's still,
you fit right in our fucking shit, dude.
It's the most iconic tape of all time, I would say.
It is the most iconic tape of all time, and it's, the one I went with is like a solid shell. I believe the Raekwon tape was the translucent purple.
Yeah. I have a sticker of the tape.
That's rad, dude. I love that.
Fucking sticker of the tape.
Yeah, and then just whatever. I think Annie Up. I think I just released the cover arts last night for the Annie Up. That should be here in a couple weeks. But I think they're going to be yellow tapes and then like a brick red tape to kind of match the cover arts.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then Luck Runs Out, band from Grand Rapids. They just put out a demo, 3-song demo last week, I believe it was. Putting that out. That should be here in a couple weeks. I believe that's going to be like a dirty white Magnolia tape, and then the other one is going to be a split tape. One side's black, one side's white.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll probably grab one of each of those, I'm sure.
Well, I appreciate it. I'm not holding you to it, and I don't feel any type of way if you don't. But if you do, I truly appreciate it.
Oh, I will, man. I'm a sucker for, just like you. We're suckers for physical media, dude.
I love it. And yeah, maybe I can, maybe on a couple of future releases, I can set a couple aside and send you guys some to sell at your shop, maybe, or something. You guys can
That'd
just
be
keep the money
fucking
from
rad.
them.
Yeah, for sure. We can definitely work that out. What's the largest run of tapes that you've done so far for a band? Because I know
they're all under 100 so far.
Okay, that's what I thought.
Yeah,
I know it's
nothing over 100.
Small runs.
Yeah, I think Dead Hang, I messed up the numbering and ordered. I actually got more than what is said by like 8, I think. So like I think it said 55 was the number. So it was like one was limited to 30 and then the other one was limited to 25. Mm-hmm. I think I had like 8 extra ones that I kind of like I gave to the band and then like my friend. But Spring Break is only 50. There's 20 and 30. Ante Up I think is 75. I think it's 25 and 50. And then Luck Runs Out, I think are going to be like 70 tapes.
Okay.
And then my next release, I'm working with a new Detroit band. That's all I can say currently. But I think it'll be a little more. But I'm really excited for that, and I wish I could talk more about it, but I can't.
I got you.
That's fine. Do you ever add like OBI strips or anything to your tapes or stuff like that? Because I know there's a whole collection market for that alone.
Yeah, the OB strips are sick. Like I do a lot of I collect laser discs a lot, and
okay.
I have like people come in my apartment and they'll be like, "Man, that's a lot of records." I'm like, "That's actually all movies." Like,
yeah.
Sorry, but I have a lot of OB strips from like Japanese releases and stuff like that because laser discs didn't have the region coding that like DVDs and stuff have.
Oh, right on.
So you can buy them from anywhere, and like it's just on you. It's on you to do your research if it's dubbed or not. You know what I mean? Like or subtitled or whatever. Because like I've definitely gotten some like old horror stuff like from Dario Argento. Like he did a TV show. I don't know if you guys are familiar, but whatever. But he did a TV show in the 70s in Italy, and I have a Laserdisc version of it, but there's no subtitles and it's all in Italian, and it's cool to just throw on, but like I'm like
you can't
I kind of want to know what's going on.
Yeah. Oh, shit.
What about...
But no, OB strips are cool, man. I would love to do it. And are they OBI? I've always just called them OB strips.
I call them OB too.
To be honest, I'm not sure. I've always just said OBI, but I know people call them OB strips. I've heard OB strips.
Yeah, I've just always said OB.
It could be, we could all be wrong, and it could be something totally different. The O might
Absolutely, you're right.
The O might be silent. Yeah. I don't know.
To answer the question, I answer all my questions very long. But to answer the question, I would love to. I haven't yet. I've seen the option. I just haven't been able to fit it into my budget.
I was gonna say that's probably a mark.
It's kind of broke.
Yeah, no, there is a. I collect. There's a company out of Detroit called Bars Over BS. Ty Ferris, he's a rapper out of Detroit and a friend of mine.
Sweet.
And he does a lot of different variants of tapes. Like he'll do really small runs of gold tapes where he only does like 10 of them, and
love that.
He'll have different OBI strips, and he does the same with records, and he's always trying to like push the bar into new and undiscovered things. Like he'll do glow in the dark stuff and like try, he just kind of trial and errors things like as they come up. And I'll like bounce ideas off him. And go ahead.
He should. No, he should. That excites me. Yeah. As a physical media collector, like that stuff excites me.
Yeah,
and I know we're a dying breed, but that excites me.
I have a question just about your springtime. Sure. So
Spring Break?
Yeah, or Spring Break. I'm sorry. Yeah, is that that's all sold out, isn't it?
No, actually, so it got held up at the manufacturer because, like I said, it's a learning experience. So it was the first one. First one that I did. It comes. I should be getting them. I think I got the shipping notice. I should be getting them in on Halloween.
Gotcha.
So they'll go up next week. But I didn't know what I was doing, and I sent them all the wrong files. I sent, all this stuff. I'll be completely transparent. I was just dumb. And so working with them and then learning my mistakes, I was able to get the Dead Hang tape out way sooner.
Gotcha. I was wondering because I'm like, well, how did I already miss the fucking first one?
I've gotten that question a few times, and that's kind of why I threw out, like, on my Instagram, Top Floor Tapes, there was like a little update thing where I tried to like be a little transparent and be like, look, it's on its way. Like, this is on its way. This is at the manufacturer.
okay.
Like, they're coming.
I think that's happened. Like delays and stuff are more common now, so people are a lot more understanding about it. It seems like, because I remember for a while it was like you would get a release, and especially like underground hip hop, like that stuff sells out so fast, and you got to be like right there on the market, like as soon as it drops, buying the shit. Otherwise, you're screwed, and then it's quadruple the price. But
because then you go on Discogs and it's 4 times the price.
Astronomical. But there would be a lot of times that it would be like, okay, these are pre-orders, they're shipping in November, but then like especially during the pandemic, it would get delayed, and it'd be like, okay, now they're not until February, and like there would be like an outrage over it for a while. But I feel like now, like as it becomes more commonplace, which unfortunately it becomes more common, but, I wish it wasn't, but I guess people are more understanding about the issues because maybe they're more familiar with how the process works by this point. Like it's a lot of times out of your control completely.
Out of it, yeah, absolutely. You're just sitting there waiting on emails to be answered or anything.
Another thing I've noticed is if you don't pre-order, if they're like it's going up for pre-order and you don't pre-order it, you're done. Like it's just it's like. They get you, man.
Especially with small runs.
Yeah. It's like if you don't do it,
that's kind of one of the things where I was like, do I put up a pre-order or not? And then because I just started, like I said, in August.
Yeah.
But so like I was kind of like, I don't know. I'll just wait till I get them because I don't know how long it's gonna be, and I know how frustrating it can be. Where you're like, hey, and I didn't want to constantly have to be like, it's coming.
Right.
It's coming.
People like,
I don't
hey,
know
man,
when,
where's my
but
shit?
It's coming.
Yeah.
Right.
No,
So
I
I'd rather
actually
just
like
kind
that you
of.
didn't.
Yeah.
No, I would 100% prefer not to pre-order because, like, I'm impatient. When I want something, I'm like, dude, I can't wait for that shit. I'm like, I want it shipped now. Like, Dom from A389 did all the Cold as Life stuff, and, like, he does an excellent job, but it's always a pre-order.
Excellent job.
That's just how it has to be, I'm not trying to say anything against him, but
December 15th.
You're just like, man, I want that fucking thing now.
Yeah. December 15th was the last notice I was on those.
Are you talking about Declination?
Yeah.
The Declination redo? Yeah, I ordered that too. Yeah, I got that message. It is one of those things where you're like, man, I now have to wait 6 months.
Right.
Yeah. At least his is only like 3 months or so. Like, some people, I've seen places that put out a pre-order and it's like 9 months in advance. Like this thing hasn't even gone into production, and you're already raking in the cash for it. Like a lot of people I know now they're like, okay, I got it shipped to me. It's on the way. Now I'll set up the pre-order, or like they get the test press in or whatever, and then they set it up, which seems to shorten it up by like 3-4 months, which I appreciate.
Absolutely. And I've been knocking around the idea of doing the same thing, where it's just like once I get the shipment email and whatever, putting up a pre-order or something. But at the same time, now we're talking about a couple days to where it's just like I might as well wait.
Yeah.
And just once I get them, because then like there's other stuff I have to like, I print up my insert and like do whatever, and I still work a full-time job, so like I don't know. Like I could say I'm gonna get it done tomorrow, but I don't know if I'm gonna get it done tomorrow because work might need me to stay late or whatever it is, and I can't make it to the print shop or whatever it is.
There's no point in making promises that you don't know if you can keep.
Absolutely not. And like I'm just trying to be not frustrating to anyone that wants one.
Especially when you're starting.
So I try to do the turnarounds of shipping it as fast as possible, if I can. And I don't know. I want everyone to be happy, whether it's, like they like the tapes or they don't, but whatever. I don't know.
Is there a story about how you came up with the name Top Floor Tapes, or is that just something that popped in your head that you like?
And the logo is fucking tight.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
I like the logo.
Thank you. No, I appreciate it. So Top Floor Tapes, I live on the top floor of my apartment. It's that simple.
Okay.
But like it stemmed from like when I first moved in, I live in a building called the Waldorf, which sounds fancy, right? It's not really a fancy building at all, but it's called the Waldorf, and I live on the top floor. So I used to just tell people, top floor at the Waldorf, because it sounds like some G
fucking fancy,
Wu-Tang, whatever shit,
Man, I think
like my Wi-Fi.
I think
thing
a Waldorf
is the penthouse
salad.
suite.
Have you ever had a
You think a
Waldorf
what?
Waldorf salad?
Oh, Waldorf salad. That's good.
That's what I thought
That's
of,
great.
and that shit's gross.
Oh yeah. That's great.
I was so mad the first time I had that because I hate mayonnaise and I love fruit. So like I had that, and because I'm thinking it's Greek yogurt, I'm like, who the fuck would put mayonnaise on?
Sounds like
fruit?
some white people. Food
And
sure.
oh yeah, for sure. And I put a grape in my mouth and spit it out immediately. I was like insulted. I'm like, what in the fuck is wrong with you?
Yeah.
Anyway,
that's actually hilarious. You're the first person to bring up a Waldorf salad.
I didn't mean to cut that up.
That's fucking awesome.
When you said Waldorf, I was like, Waldorf salad. Yeah, I was like, I remember that immediately.
Sweet. Well, I'm glad I put a sour taste in your mouth.
You did. It brought a taste back to my mouth.
It just started like that. Top floor at the Waldorf, whatever. And then when I was just trying to come up with a name to do the label, just because whatever, I was just like, yeah, top floor. I thought top floor would be cool, just like doing top floor by itself.
Yeah.
And then it was going to be like top floor records. But then I was like, I don't know if I'm ever going to get around to that. I want to. I would love to eventually put out vinyl and whatnot. But at the moment, it's not in my budget. So,
well, what'll be cool is like, when you're making bank and you put out records under top floor tapes, it's going to, like, I think it's cool.
The name would still work though.
Oh yeah,
tapes
definitely.
Could apply to master tapes.
Yep.
Right. Yeah. No, thank you guys very much. And then the logo is just, with it stemming from just me and my friends and my neighbors joking around top floor at the Waldorf. Like I was like, well, the logo has to be the building that I live in.
Yeah.
So I messaged my buddy Mark, who does really good drawings and stuff, and he cooked it up for me, and I loved it and thought it was cool.
And that was at your Dirty Bird?
Yeah, You Dirty Bird. I think it's like YOUU and then Dirty Bird on Instagram. He, I don't think he like publicly puts it out there that he'll do it, but if you hit him up, maybe drop my name. Jimmy said maybe you do this. He'll do some stuff.
Giving all the necessary people the necessary shout out.
Well, I appreciate you. No, thank you so much. I'm a big believer in shouting out everybody, but I don't know, man. Tapes are cool. I like tapes. I want to keep doing it. I want to I'm not making money off of it. Like it's not that lucrative.
It's like a labor of love type of thing.
It's a labor of love. That's all it is like I've been going to shows for 20 years plus, and I just I wanted to give back to a community that gave me so many memories and so many like friends and family at this point that I didn't know how, and it didn't really look in the cards to like start a band or anything, but everyone's got to play their part, right? There's got to be someone that puts it out. There's got to be people that make it. There's got to be people that book the shows and everything. Yeah. So like I just thought maybe I could help out and do this, and shout out like all the other labels from Michigan, like Setterwind, Cold Fade, Magic Club. Like there's a bunch of little tiny labels that are fucking awesome. So, and I'm not calling them tiny. I'm just saying.
Labels, independent labels.
Yeah, but I love it. Over and Out is. I don't even know how I got this far without bringing up Brendan and Over and Out Records, but Over and Out Recordings is top shit. I love Brendan, and they're good people.
They put out some good shit like Let It Die and fucking It's All Gone to Hell and some Remembering Never shit.
It's All Gone to Hell, I believe, was my friend Brian Bem put out It's All Gone to Hell. He just did it because he grew up with that band and wanted to do it. Yeah.
You're right.
But no, shout out. No, I'm glad you brought that up because shout out Brian, because Brian is a great dude. And the fact that he just did that out of the love of his heart and didn't want, for this reason exactly, where you thought maybe it was Over and Out putting that record out. Like he didn't want the recognition or anything for it. He just wanted to put it out, and I love that. I think that's amazing. And Brian Bem is one of the nicest people ever. If you ever have a chance to talk to him, talk to him.
No, he's a stand-up guy. When I ordered it, a quick story, I ordered it. He was moving. I hit him up. He's like, I sent it out or whatever. I hit him up like 5 weeks later, and he was like, it got all fucked up. And I'm like, well, I bought one at a show, and what show? Like Walls of Jericho show.
Okay.
And messaged him, and he was like, "Oh, cool," and just gave me my money back like within seconds.
Nice.
And I was like, "That's
cool.
dope, dude." But
That's
I didn't
super
want to
cool.
miss out on like not getting one, so I was like, "Well, what do I got to lose? $20,
Right,
But
right.
he totally fucking would.
No, and that record rips. Like that's an excellent Detroit hardcore record. It's All Gone to Hell, War Journals. If anyone doesn't know what we're talking about.
Speaking of losing $20, did Suffer No Fools ever ship your?
Fuck no,
shit?
man! I'm still waiting on that cassette tape.
Dude, okay, now I've remembered. I meant to bring this up. I listened to you guys the interview with Suffer No Fools, and because I love Suffer No Fools.
Oh,
Great
right
band.
on.
And I heard the story about you ordering a tape off Bandcamp.
Yeah.
Right?
Yep.
That's the story. Like
Yep.
you ordered it off Bandcamp, and then like they were out of tapes, and they just forgot to take it down or something.
Yeah. And then he's like,
Okay.
I found one laying around. I'll send it to you. End
And
of
then
story.
He hasn't shipped it yet.
And the story continues.
Yeah.
But the next day, I went on their Bandcamp and I tried to order one because I wanted to see if they would just,
right on. And they pulled it?
I don't know. But I didn't get one.
I was gonna say, did they ship you one?
No, I didn't get one. I don't remember. I think it wasn't even on the website. I think they ended up taking it down. Yeah. But no, shout out to that band, Suffer No Fools. I just got their flexies in the mail about a week or two ago from Heroes and Martyrs, which nothing bad can say about Heroes and Martyrs. You guys should try to talk to that dude, Steve, who runs that.
In the works.
Yeah.
Love that, because I have every release that he's done so far, and they're all gorgeous. And I mean, the dude put out records on his old label that I grew up with, and it's insane that I get to talk to him every once in a while. And he's just a nice guy.
Yeah, well, we did.
Shout out to that. Big Deals record is coming out through that. I'm sorry, I just want to plug it because I'm very excited for it. It's the new Big Deal record is coming from Heroes and Martyrs soon, and I'm very excited. So
yeah, when we did Dan from Coalition, he brought up Heroes and Martyrs.
You're talking about great people right now. Dan is an awesome guy.
Yeah, we did him a while back, and we've done we did Bill and Joe from Illmatic and stuff too a while back. But
sweet, also great people.
Dan brought us up Heroes and Martyrs, and then I've talked to him a handful of times, and it's in the works. And then we got a couple other record labels and stuff. Like we did Upstate Records with Mario and Kim.
Fun.
I'm trying to think of what else. Yeah, after
we'll have to go back and listen to those.
After we hit like 50 episodes, I start to kind of blank on like what we did by now, which seems bizarre because I'm like, man, we've been doing this for a little over a year, but I mean we've had
congrats.
67 episodes out so far, or 66.
Dang, I was 2 away. I could have been 69. Dang.
Yep.
Well, actually,
I'm gonna tell my mom.
You'll be
the way it lays out. You might be.
You'll be either 68 or 69 because we got.
I think he'll be 69 if we do the.
I'll cut this out of the actual final.
Whatever. Yeah.
So we have we got one of our friends coming out tomorrow, and then we have Dwid from Integrity coming out the following week, and then I got.
You can bring up that Integrity put out an 8-track.
They did. I didn't know that.
True. Yeah,
they did.
That seems like
a red one. I forgot about that.
That seems like a move he would do.
Right?
Yeah, I met him.
That's awesome.
I met him at that show, and that's how we hooked that up.
You might be 68 or 69.
Either one, I'm floored to be.
No, it's just funny that you mentioned
it doesn't
that.
matter.
I think you will be.
Yeah.
Anyway.
That's really cool.
But anyways, going back to like what we were on. So yeah, we've. I like to get in touch with labels and people that are by themselves, or like with a collaborative of people doing this sort of labor of love type of thing where they're taking the time to put out what they enjoy. Like, they were doing it to try to help get the word out there. And that's like why we started this whole podcast in general, is like we're always at the record store bullshitting about this sort of thing. And we were like, why don't we just record this shit and start bringing light to artists and to people that we feel don't, get credited often enough.
I love that. No, that's awesome. And it's real. You know what I mean? Like, it's like you said, like, it's just conversations that you would be having anyway. And like, that's why it's important.
Yeah. And actually, now that I think about it, I don't have to cut out the Dwid and all that stuff because it'll already have been out. So
Yeah.
There you go.
There's a spoiler
Sick.
on top of a spoiler.
Yeah, dude.
But
I don't know how, I am not following All Out War or Integrity very well. This is this is great.
It's like the thing that you said about, the internet. So we came up in an age where you met people face to face, But
Absolutely.
That being said,
Finding whose bikes are at whose house.
right. But that being said,
That's exactly
I
right,
love
yeah.
that we get I don't think we would have ever talked to you if it wasn't for the internet. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, same with a lot
No,
of people.
absolutely.
It's
It's
like-
there's pluses and minuses. That's a
And I want to say,
Detroit reference. Plus minus records.
oh yeah, dude. Anybody has a fucking Earth Mover 10-inch laying around they
Yeah.
don't want, call
Love
this
it.
guy.
Yeah, right.
I'll take
Seriously.
clear or
also,
black.
did you guys heard that Earth Movers doing a reunion show? They're
I
doing
did.
that Black Christmas.
I did.
Sweet. You guys should come down.
Last time I seen Earth Mover was Motor City Fest 2016, I want to say.
Yeah, it's Critter from Annie Ups Fest. It was on his birthday every year.
Yeah, they
Yeah.
just did you see that shit that Enzo posted about
I was at the Cold as Life All Out War.
yeah, they posted this flyer and then somebody was like, "Oh, I wish this show would happen." And then he's like, "It might."
Yeah.
Oh,
Well, when
all
I
right.
seen that come up, obviously it's an older style flyer, so I was like, no, it's a past show.
And
But
Blood
then I
for
was
Blood's
like,
not gonna play
I was
it.
kind of reading it, and I'm
Yeah,
like,
no, they're not.
I was about a minute away from messaging you, like, dude, we need to go to this, and I'm like, wait a minute, that was like years ago.
Yeah. No, but that Black Christmas sounds. That's the last time I saw Earth Mover was a reunion show around that time.
Yeah.
I've been
Yeah.
to a few of the Black Christmas and the Blackout Barbecue, and trying to think of, there's a bunch of Black this or that events that have taken
Yeah.
place. In
Right,
Detroit.
right.
No, that's yeah, for real, right? That's definitely a possibility. I want to look into that shit.
Yeah, no, you guys should
that'd
come
be a
down.
good-
I
yeah.
believe it's at the December 30th, I think. I believe it's at the Magic Stick, which is closer than the Sanctuary to my apartment. So if you guys come down, like I said, get some food or something.
Fucking A, bro.
Yeah, for sure. We will definitely get in contact with you about that.
That'd be
So
great.
aside from Top Floor Tapes and stuff, like what else are
Yeah.
you just into in general? I mean, obviously you're into music, movies, etc. Like
Yeah.
what kind of movies and stuff are you into?
What kind of, did you say movies? Is that what you said?
Yeah.
Just, horror movies in general, but all movies in general. Like, I love all movies. Like, I love stories. I love the art of filmmaking, all of that. But horror movies, just because I think, like, I hit 13 and then just never grew up. Like, it's just
Fucking
like, I
A,
love
man.
horror movies. I
A
like
lot of us did
hardcore
that.
and, like, still love pizza. Like, it's great.
I ate pizza for breakfast this morning.
See? I
No,
love
for
that.
sure.
See, we are the same people.
Yeah.
But no, like it's I don't know. I watch a lot of horror movies. That's predominantly my collection is all horror movies. I used to joke around with my friends and be like, "Yo, if you ever go to a horror movie trivia at a bar, like I'm guaranteeing you first or second place, 100%. So find a bar that has horror movie trivia, find out whatever prizes you want, bring me, and I'll go." Because I used to just eat trivia and like movie trivia up and just like knowing all about it and being like trying to be an encyclopedia of just knowing everything. But then at the same time, like after years and years of doing that, like it gets annoying sometimes because
Dude,
then
we do the same
yeah,
shit
I
with
don't-
movies and music. Like, I know exactly where you're coming from. And I've had my fucking old lady, she was playing some fucking trivia and texted me, what was the name of Michael Myers City? Like, shit like that, dude. I'd just be like, hey,
Yeah,
Haddonfield.
Haddonfield, hell yeah.
send it. Like, shit's hilarious.
No, it's great. It's just fun, and like I've never been like very athletic. Like I think like in middle school I tried to do sports or whatever, and I wasn't really the best at it. I skateboarded after that for a long time in my life. I still try to skateboard here and there, but I'm old and I don't have the time, which is stupid to say, but whatever. But
no, dude, fucking,
I think like
you feel that shit now, man. Sucks.
yeah, right. Absolutely. I mean, like same with like going to shows where it's just like, you know, like you dance around and you mosh around for a little bit, and it used to be all night, every band.
I
And
know,
now it's
dude.
like I got a song in me, maybe I got a song, then I'm gonna miss the next band, and then I'm gonna, if they play this song, maybe I'll go nuts. You know, it's like
Yeah, it's
weird,
like, oh, you
but
got anything left in the tank? It's like, dude, I
yeah,
barely
it's
had
like,
anything to start with.
oh, you're talking about when Jeff
Yeah.
Cole his life said that? Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, yeah.
yeah.
It's like, man, he said that. It was really funny. He said that, and I was like, man,
Oh,
I think
yeah, it was
the
funny.
first band I moved around to was like Never Ending Game because they played early that day, and I think I was done after that. I think I just kind of I hung out up front like D Block. I kind of sang along and moved around a little bit, but for the most part, it was just like
yeah.
do it.
On a side note, I was really surprised Never Ending Game played that early.
From my understanding, they had like a couple of the members had a wedding they had to go to.
Oh, okay. Because I didn't know if that was like I don't know. I just was like, damn, that band should have been like way higher up. But that makes sense
Sure.
now.
Yeah. No. Absolutely. Yeah. No. From my understanding, what I heard through the grapevine was just like a couple of the guys had a wedding to go to, and so they swapped places with
Makes
somebody.
sense.
And
Okay. Yeah, that makes sense.
But yeah, it makes a lot of sense now, actually. But no, I only danced around a little bit to fucking Shattered Realm, and
great band.
yeah, dude, and it's just like, and to see fucking Joe Hardcore up there fucking talking shit, and he's a fucking funny motherfucker too to me.
I'll tell you a funny story about Joe Hardcore, and I haven't talked to him. I've never met him. Well, I've met him once, but that was back in like 2005 probably.
Right.
But at the Coldest Life show, I kept talking to my friends, and I'm like, should I go up to him and talk to him about this? You know, I don't know.
Yeah.
But and I chose not to. But back in like it was 2005, because 2004 I went to the Hellfest in New Jersey, and 2005 my one friend who couldn't tag along, my friend Mitch, my childhood best friend, sang for this band called Set Sail. Listen to it on Spotify or whatever. They were cool.
Set Sail.
Kind of like a With Honor type band. Yeah, Set
right
Sail.
on.
Kind of like that style. But in 2005 he was going to Hellfest, and at that time, if you remember, like they were making those DVDs of Hellfest all the time.
Yep.
And so my friend made a t-shirt, and it said "Fuck Jimmy Glaros," which is me, on the front in like big ass letters, and then it had my phone number on the back.
That's awesome.
And, yeah, so like he was trying to get on stage for every band and like get on one of the DVDs with my phone number, and just like had people talk shit to me and whatever because I couldn't come. And that Hellfest got canceled like days before. And so 2005 Hellfest didn't happen. And so they were already on their way out there, and they heard through like the early days of like that internet, MySpace, Facebook. I don't know what year it was, but whatever, or what was around at that
format.
time. But yeah, whatever format it was. But they found out that all the bands were being rerouted to like Philly. And so like they just drove to Philly and caught a ton of great shows, you know. But he was standing in line for one of the shows. I think it was at the church in Philly. And apparently Joe Hardcore came up, saw the shirt, and was like, "What's up with that?" And my friend didn't know who Joe was or anything like that, and just goes, "Oh, it's this kid in Detroit. He beat the shit out of my little sister." and so not true, you know. But I'm sitting, I'm sitting eating. It's my birthday because it was in August. It is my birthday, and I was maybe 2005, so I was turning 17 or 18. And I got a phone call. I was eating dinner with my parents. Like, I remember this is so funny. I got a phone call, 215 area code, and I was like, all right, that's Philly. I know it's Philly, so the phone calls are starting. Okay, cool. And so I answer the phone, and it's just Joe Hardcore, and he's just like, "Yo, motherfucker, you know who this is? Joe Hardcore, FSU, Shattered Realm. Like, I heard you like to beat up little girls, you fucking piece of shit." I'm like, what are you talking about? I had no idea what he was talking about, and I'm like terrified. I'm like, what? Yeah. And he's like, we're coming we're coming, Shattered Realms coming to Detroit soon. Don't even think about going to Alvin's and seeing us with hoods because we're gonna fuck you up if we find out you're there.
Holy fuck, dude.
And I'm just like, dude, what? So like it was so like terrifying as like a younger me, and like being like, oh dude, they're gonna like find me on the internet and like find out what I look like. I'm never gonna be able to go see Shattered
You're like,
Realms.
dude,
So, like,
FSU
it's just like dumb shit, you know.
Out outside of my house.
So like while he's talking to me, I'm getting all these other 215 area codes like coming in on call waiting, and I'm not going to be like, hold on, Joe, I have another call.
Right.
You know?
Talk about beating my ass in a second.
Right. Yeah. Right. Yeah. Like, hold on one second. We'll get back to that. No. So it's just a bunch of voicemails from like FSU dudes like threatening me and like making fun of me and stuff. Dude. And I remember I got off the phone with Joe and I immediately called my friend Mitch and I just go, what the fuck did you do? And he just started laughing uncontrollably. And he was just like, dude, everyone's making fun of you. This is hilarious. And I'm like, what, did you tell him it's a joke? Like what? Like, did you like tell him this thing? And he was like, no, it's fine. Like whatever. It's like at least that's how I remember. I remember like he just never said anything and they just forever thought I was this dude. And it kind of was like, so that's why I'm like nervous about being like, hey, do you remember that?
Dude, I think he would laugh his fucking ass off, man.
I think he would too. And like, but it's like one of those things where I'm like, I don't know.
That's pretty funny though, man. Like, don't, you're not
so I thought it was funny.
Blah, 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 don't go to that fucking show, man. It just sounds so fucking funny.
Dude. And it's so like 2005, like it's so that era.
Oh,
like
definitely.
it's so funny to me.
Oh fuck.
I don't know.
Good
Maybe
stories.
he'll hear this and I'll bring it up to him.
So, all right, are you guys like, did that ever get resolved?
Oh no, I've never talked to the guy.
Oh,
I've never.
I wonder if he like still thinks.
I've seen like, Shattered Realms since then.
Yeah.
Like I'm sure it's like not even a thought in his mind because like whatever. But
well, yeah, he never saw your face anyway.
Oh yeah,
right.
That's right. Okay. I was just wondering, like, still they're like, we're holding a fucking grudge against this Jimmy
that would have
guy.
been funny, though, if he would have been like, yeah, fucking, if anybody knows this Jimmy motherfucker.
Oh, man.
Like, years later. That would have been weird. That would have been, like, weird, man.
He's got, like, a banner.
Been looking for this guy for years.
There's a wanted banner behind
it's gonna bite me in the foot, dude. So if you start seeing, never mind, I don't know. I'm just fucking around. I was gonna say.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah.
Most definitely, dude.
It's great. I love Shattered Realm, and that in no way was supposed to be like a negative thing or anything. I just thought it was very funny because my friend lied to him and just.
No, that is a fucking great story, dude.
That's a total. That's a friend move for sure.
Right. Isn't that like that? Like that's what I tell people now because like some people are like, "Whoa, that's fucked up." Blah blah. I'm like, no, you just don't understand friends. Like that's it. You just don't understand. Like you do dumb shit to like make your friend feel weird.
It's like an extreme version of writing your number on the bathroom stall.
Absolutely, dude. Actually, you're right. It's the same thing.
For a good time.
Yeah. This man punched my sister in the face. Call him.
Right. Call him. Yeah. Tell him how much he sucks.
Yeah.
It's just like, and it was my birthday. Like, it's
that's the fucking cherry on the cake there, dude.
Right.
I didn't make it.
But no, good times.
Cakes have cherries.
Do they? Okay.
Depending on the cake.
Depending on
the wedding cake. I've never been married.
Me neither.
Nice.
I don't plan on it.
Nice.
I've been to more divorce parties than actual weddings, to be honest.
And I'm still with my baby mama.
So funny.
You know?
There you go. There you go.
It works.
All right. No, I got married once and got divorced, and now I'm like, I don't really see the point to getting married. If you find the one, man. But like,
yeah,
I don't think you really need the tax reduction.
Yeah, I don't know. I always
the thing is, you're
married.
married. You're marrying the state. You're not marrying the person.
Exactly.
Right.
Because it's not like you're marrying for Jeebus.
Yeah, exactly.
Like unless you're real religious, then I guess like you're like, I finally can take this motherfucking chastity belt off. But other than that, I don't really see the point.
If you can find me a girl with a chastity belt on, not married over the age of fucking 20, I'll give you fucking 10 grand right now.
It's not a very common thing, but I guess if you went to Utah, maybe.
Oh, maybe.
But anyways,
You
we're
said
like
chastity belt, and all I could think about is Robin Hood men in tights.
we're so far removed from topic right now.
Yeah.
People are gonna be listening
Yeah,
to
we
this
are.
like, what the fuck are you guys even talking about? I thought this was about tapes.
Whatever.
That's what makes
Sorry.
it. Shit, if Joe Rogan can spit out 4 hours of nonsense,
Yeah.
we can do an hour and a
Right.
half.
Yeah.
But
Nah,
anyways,
man,
I wanted to get back to movies really quick because I had a question earlier
Absolutely.
that I didn't get to ask. Since
Absolutely.
you collect laser discs and all sorts
Yeah.
of movies, do you collect or know what a video disc is? It looks like a giant floppy disc.
Floppy disk?
Yeah.
Yeah. CED disc, I think. I
Is that
might
what they're
have
called?
one. I'm not sure.
I think they say video disc on them, but I can never remember the actual name for it. But like you put it in the player and then pull it out, and it leaves like a record in there or something like that.
Yeah. I might have. I think I have a copy of John Carpenter's The Thing on that format, but I'm not sure. I'd have to look through my stuff. But I have seen those. I don't have a player. I don't know anybody who has a player or anything like that. If anything, I've seen them mostly just be used as like wall decoration.
Yeah. We actually have 2 or 3 of the players here, but I do not know if they work.
All right. Well, if I find out I still have this thing on it, maybe I'll hit you up for that player and we can come down and have a viewing party.
I'll watch The Thing anytime, dude.
There was a store I was
It's the best movie.
In was it? It's like Grand Haven-ish area, corner record store. And when they went to the new location, I didn't see it there anymore. But at their old location, they had a rack that was like, I don't know, 6 or 7 bins. And I thought originally they were movie soundtracks because you look over there and like you see Alien and like just random shit like that, Terminator. And I'm like, oh, cool movie soundtracks. And I'm walking over there and I'm like, these aren't movie soundtracks. Those are those fucking one random disc things. But they had like, it was the only store I've ever seen that had a whole section of them. And I'm like, damn. I'm talking to the guy. I'm like, do these things actually sell? Or like, or is this kind of like, where the fuck did you even get these all?
Yeah.
Right.
And they're like, yeah, but it's mostly people, like you said, buying them for wall decorations. Because they are cool, like, to look at.
They are cool. Absolutely. Yeah, I mean, I went to a bar, I think it was in Kansas City. I don't know. But I went to a bar and the whole bathroom was like flyered with them. And I thought that was really cool.
That is a good idea.
Yeah. But
I don't know about a bathroom, but like, yeah.
That is a random.
Right, like the bathroom was a little weird, but I mean, it was a bar.
Probably didn't have anywhere else to put it. Because, on the bar floor, they probably get smashed up or something.
Sure.
Or if they're on the wall or whatever. But it's like, it's kind of like, I don't know if is the Rockery still open in Wyandotte? I haven't been there in forever.
Rockery, I don't think it's still open.
Okay. Well,
I actually think, I could be wrong, but I'm almost positive that.
Oh wait, no, I know they're not. It's
Yeah, no, they closed because they opened Parts and Labor now.
Yeah, that's right. We talked to
Parts
Bill
and Labor
about
in
that.
Melvindale.
Yeah. But
I just went to a show. Dead Hang played there the other night with
yeah, I wanted to go to that show. I mean, there's a lot of shows we want to go to, but it's like
whereas it's a 4-hour commute for us versus a 40-minute drive for most people.
100%.
Yeah, but the Rockery, that was a lot of fun. I've been there. I had a fucking a Fruity Pebble grilled cheese there, and I got to watch. I watched like St. Thomas Boys Academy and Gutter Ghouls.
Oh yeah, dude, that band's sick. Yeah,
it was a fun time.
I think I used to work with one of the guys from that band. I'm not sure.
I never got to meet any of the guys, but I did see them play 2 or 3 times because there was like when Gutter Ghouls were playing regularly, like I was going down there all the time for shows because I would just stay at Bill's house and I'd just crash there and then go to the show and then go hang out after or go to Brandon, the singer from the band who owns Hardline Tattoo. Like I'd go hang out at his house and stuff.
Sweet. That's awesome.
Yeah, they're all really good dudes. And it was a lot of fun. But I forgot about the Rockery. And then when you said that in the bathroom, it made me think of their like sticker slapped bathroom, which is common in most dive bars.
Yeah. No, the Rockery was a cool place. My my friend Ashley used to do emo nights there, and then like all the money they make, they would give to like a no kill shelter or something like that.
Oh, right on.
They're like different charities or whatnot, but they were always a really good time. So the Rockery was an awesome place.
I've been to one of those actually. Now that I think about it.
Before I forget again, Jimmy, Top Floor Tape. Since you just started and we happened to get you like this,
Yeah.
we're gonna have to do like a follow up fucking interview from time to time as you fucking grow.
Anytime.
You know what I mean? Like,
anytime. I like you guys. I'll talk to you guys anytime.
I actually didn't even realize we're already at like an hour and a half.
Oh yeah,
man, time flies. Time flies.
Yeah, my fucking old lady was like, "How long are you gonna be?" And I'm like, "Dude, you know how it is.
You can't rush perfection."
If you click with some people, you're gonna talk forever, you know."
Yeah.
And I would rather than
absolutely.
fucking.
But yeah, I want to like before we start wrapping up things here. So like, I'm pretty sure you said you listened to Suffer No Fools episode, so you probably heard us.
Yes, I did. Yeah.
You probably heard us ask this question. And actually, we might not have on there because I remember there being something that kind of gave it away. But anyways, we always ask people this: what is something that you listen to that people would not expect you to listen to?
Whew. Okay. See, I'm a little all over the board. So like,
that's why we.
I'll just start listing. Yeah, I'll
think about it like this: you're running a hardcore label. So most people are going to look at you and assume you're into fucking quote unquote
just
heavy
only
music.
hardcore. Yeah.
I mean, they do it to us all the time.
Yeah, I mean, like one of my favorite bands is the Cranberries. I mean, but
there we go.
Kind of still, that kind of still falls.
Yeah, it does.
Kind of in the heavier side. I mean, Prayer for Cleansing did that awesome Cranberries cover. But I like all music. I like hip hop, dude. I like it all. I listen to a lot of hip hop, a lot of punk, ska. There's a really cool ska band coming out. I mean, they've been around for about a year or two, I believe. But the Boy Detective, if you haven't listened to them, it gives you that Tony Hawk Pro Skater soundtrack vibes.
Ah, nice. That's the perfect way to describe a ska band.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, like they have horns. Like they're not a ska band without horns. They have horns. Shout out to Jared, my buddy who plays horns in that band. But
does the bass player really cool. Wear a Hawaiian shirt or no? Because he does.
He does wear Hawaiian shirts. Yeah. You called it.
I was gonna say you can't have a ska band without one dude in a Hawaiian shirt.
Yeah.
Dude, yeah, no, but no, they're sick.
We should hit those dudes up.
Hit them up. Yeah, no, hit up Boy Detective. They're really cool. But I think they played a show last night. I think they're from like the Ypsilanti area, like Ann Arbor-ish area. So surrounding cities over Ann Arbor. But they're really cool. I think but this is all just like heavy rock music at this point. But like Normal put out the best record a couple years ago. Lemonize, I think, is one of my favorite records ever written. I love Normal. Now I'm just shouting out friends bands. Let's see.
It's all good, dude.
No, that's why we asked, dude, because we always have a list of shit to write down and check out after talking to people, which I love because it gives us other rabbit holes to dive into.
Sure, yeah. Man.
But for hip hop stuff, I wanted to ask: do you listen to like, a lot of people are strictly 90s or something like that? Like, is there newer artists that you're into hip hop wise, and not just mainstream artists, like independent ones, underground ones?
Are you talking about like that are relevant, like currently, or
just relevant to you? Sorry. They don't have to be relevant.
Oh, relevant to me? Yeah, no, relevant to me. Sean Price, Helter Skelter.
Yep. I have a Sean Price box,
obviously like MF Doom stuff, but Aesop Rock. I love Aesop Rock.
His
you
fucking
say whatever you want, but
sounds fucking dope.
Dude, I
haven't listened to the new record yet, and I need to, but I haven't set aside the time.
The singles, I think there's 3 singles out.
Yeah, it comes out either next week or the following week. I can't remember the release date.
I'm excited for that.
I think Aesop Rock is like
I kind of got shook because you were like, oh yeah, the new record, and I was like, oh my god, is it out? Did I not? Did I miss it?
Just like, the singles. I think he's one of the most like lyrically diverse rappers out there, though.
No, absolutely. Like if you're going by like the choice of his vocabulary, absolutely, there's no one that tops him.
Yeah, like I want to interview him to ask him one question only, and that would be, how in the fuck do you write a song?
Yeah, right.
Because like when you read that stuff, you're like, I don't even know how you put that together. Like, how does this go with that, and this comes to that, and somehow it comes full circle at the end of the song, and you're just like, it all makes sense, but it didn't make sense.
Fucking
But
art,
then, like,
man.
the more
Right.
you listen to it, the more you unfold, and it's just it's an amazing thing because you're like, I don't know, this guy's brain is like a fucking anomaly to me.
I can't remember exactly, but it was either a comment on like a Facebook or some, message board or an interview or something. But I remember for some reason it's embedded in my brain because I've told people about this all the time. I remember seeing something where there was someone on the internet talking shit about Aesop Rock and being like, none of his songs make sense. He's just picking random words out the dictionary and rhyming them.
Yeah.
And then like the response was from Aesop Rock and it just said, read a fucking book or something like that, which is amazing.
Yeah. Well, I mean, yeah, dude. There's a lot of simpletons out there that,
Well, I mean, like,
Dr. Seuss is as far as they go in rhyming,
Yeah.
Sure, but at the same time, like, I mean, to be fair, like Aesop Rock is next level. Like, I'll read it and still have no idea what he's talking about.
No, yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's like straight up art.
Yeah, I've had records where
Right.
I've listened to it a million times, and then it'll be years later, and you're like, "Oh my god, I just noticed this all makes sense
Which
now."
is
It,
why
like,
I
all
fucking
folds,
love this
it all
shit.
unfolds and makes sense.
Yeah. I don't know. Hip hop's fun, dude. I like hip hop, and I need to find newer stuff. But like, because I think I am kind of stuck in my ways of like that boom bap era
Yeah.
of whatever
Well,
hip
if you
hop,
like
and
the boom bap era, there's a lot of like revitalization of that out right now. Like, I'm sure you've
Sick.
listened to like Benny the Butcher and that sort of thing.
yeah, like Griselda stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, and then like Rome Streets is another big one. Ty Ferris, who I mentioned earlier. Yeah, I could, if you want, I
a
can
new
send you
record-
a whole list of shit because I'm.
Oh, I would love it. Yeah,
I'm
no,
big into
please, I
hip-hop
would love
stuff.
that. A new record, hip hop wise, it came out earlier this year, I believe, but that Coast Contra record was really good. Coast Contra, they're from Philly. It's like 4 or 5 dudes.
Oh,
but
yeah. I know who you're talking
yeah,
about.
there's
now.
a lot of, like on Instagram, there's a lot of like reels or whatever clips of them like freestyling together because like they are very entertaining to watch. Like they are performers.
They're
you know
out
what
of
I mean?
Philly?
They're very talented. I believe they're out of Philly. Yeah,
Got it.
I think they have an album. I think the album's like Apartment 305 or something like that, or maybe that's my apartment number. I don't know, but something like that.
That's the Waldorf Suite.
Oh shit.
No, but check that record out. It's a lot of fun.
Yeah, I'll definitely check that out. I know who you're talking about now that you said it was like 3 or 4 dudes or 4 or 5 dudes.
Yeah.
I remember seeing a
Yeah.
reel of them just pop up randomly as like a suggested for you type of thing.
Yeah, it's cool. I like it, and I also like because one of the dudes he'll go back and forth between rapping in English and Spanish, and I really like the bilingual like part of it. Like I really like that. Like it's cool to me. Similar to like
There's
I
a guy
believe it was the
named
Pain of Truth.
Crime
Pain of
Apple.
Truth record, like someone be screaming his head off in Spanish
Yeah,
or something.
yeah,
It was
yeah, yeah.
awesome. Like
Yeah.
I dig that. I think it's cool.
Yeah, I like it too.
I always liked every Madball record had like one Spanish song, and then sometimes they were
yeah.
like songs already done in English and shit. So you could like, I mean, I picked up on a couple words that way anyway.
Sure.
It's about as far as
But
my Spanish goes.
I love it. I think it's cool.
Definitely.
Yeah.
There's a dude named Crime Apple that I think he's from like
Crime Apple?
Yeah, Barcelona or some shit. But he's bilingual like that. Like he'll do Spanish and then just normal English. But he puts out a ton of stuff. Like I can't even keep up with his stuff. I've maybe listened to a
That's
quarter
wild.
of it.
That's another thing, man. Keeping up with stuff is hard. Like I imagine like even being in a record store would be like super hard to keep up, right? I mean, like
Oh yeah,
there's so much stuff coming out.
it's a full-time job because you got to do it across all genres, not just what you like. And then you got to find stuff that you don't even like or care to listen to. but figure out if it's like something that's gonna sell in the store, because you know, like it or not, like I sell Taylor Swift, like I got fucking kids to feed and bills to pay, like I'm here to make money
Absolutely.
too. So I gotta like find what's the hot shit at the moment, just to, you know, keep the shelves stocked for the people that want that, because you know I'm not judging people's music tastes. Like I'll sell
No,
you,
never.
like, whatever you want to buy, like I'll try to have it here. Like I'm here for you to come in and pick up your shit, not here to be like, fuck you, get out of here, that sucks. We don't want to listen to the Eagles, motherfucker. Go, get out.
That would be, what is that, Jack Black from High Fidelity? Yeah, where he's just like, oh no, she doesn't want that, goodbye, like leave.
Yeah, and he's like, we'd actually like to sell some records today. Like, yeah, no, that movie's right on point with like the antics that go on in a record store, because all of that shit happens on a day-to-day.
Yeah, and then at the end of the movie, doesn't he starts a label too?
Yep.
Right?
Yeah,
so top
shelf,
something like that.
It's either Top Shelf or Top 5. It's Top 5 Records, that's what it was.
It's Top 5 because the whole through line through the movie, right, is Top 5 A-sides or B-side number ones or something like that.
Yeah, we did an episode that mimicked that at one point.
Okay. Yeah.
Except we had to change Top 5 A-sides or Top 5 B-sides to Top 5 live records, I think we changed it to, because B-sides was just such a pain in the ass to do. Like, I was like, man, I feel like because there's so many good records, you're like feeling like you're dismissing the whole other half of the album, but you're not. So, I don't know. I was like, I feel like a live would be easier than doing B-sides.
Yeah.
But anyways, man, we're coming up on like, I don't know, hour, 40 minutes here, so I don't want to keep you all day, and I got shit to do, so I'm sure you do as well. But we appreciate
you guys having me on.
Yeah, dude. We appreciate you, man. Thank you for taking the time to jump on, and like we all wish you the best with Top Floor Tapes, and
thanks, man.
Look forward to all the releases, and we'll definitely be in contact with you about the episode and release date and all that stuff, and I'll be working out some promo artwork and shit like that.
Sweet.
Yeah,
cool. Awesome.
Hit us up on our fucking our normal fucking Instagrams and shit.
Okay. Yeah, absolutely. And then
I just followed you on my personal a little bit ago, and then
cool. And I will. I'll try to follow you guys on my personal one.
I run the store's Instagram, the podcast Instagram, and my own. So sometimes I like mix up messages in between them, and I'm like, oh yeah, I was talking to this guy there, and I forgot about this guy here, and it gets blended together sometimes.
Right on.
I love it. I love that.
But before we do sign off, do you want to go ahead, plug your social media stuff one more time?
Yeah. No, absolutely. Once again, I appreciate you guys reaching out and having me on. Love it. You can get a tape at topfloortapes.bigcartel.com, at topfloortapes on Instagram. If you see me at a show, come say what up. Come say hi. I'll try to give you a sticker. Just say what up. Do yourself a favor. Listen to Terrorzone podcast. Listen to DHC, Detroit Head Check podcast. Get your shirts printed at Edgemen Printing. Check out D Block. Check out Normal. Check out Big Deal. Check out Suffer No Fools. Just every Detroit hardcore band. Bitter Truth from Grand Rapids. Luck Runs Out. Annie Up. Dead Hang. Check them all out, dude. Like, just spread the love and put Michigan on the map.
Yeah, and we'll have links to all your stuff in the episode description and stuff, just so people, you lazy motherfuckers, can just go click it and be right there.
Right.
Yeah, no, please do. And I've left out too many people. Rehabthecity.com, check that out. That's my boy doing things. I don't know. I had an idea. I was going to shout out literally like for 20 minutes, but I'm done at the moment. But just support your local record stores. Support anyone doing something independently.
Yeah.
Support it.
Definitely.
Yeah, and that comes from us too. Definitely. We love all the support and everything that we get.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, thank you very much. And we'll be in contact soon. And you enjoy the rest of your Sunday.
Awesome. No, thank you guys. And thanks for reminding me it's Sunday. I didn't realize.
Yeah, fuck yeah, dude. It was awesome fucking talking to you, and we'll continue.
Absolutely. No, definitely. I'm glad that I hold the record for letting people know that it's a negative approach design. But no, talk to me anytime. Meet up. If you guys come down this way, hit me up. We'll get food, or we'll just at least chat or something. But
cool. Yeah, we'll definitely be in touch, man.
Fuck yeah, dude.
Awesome. Take care of yourselves.
You too.
Yeah, you too.
All right. Bye.
Peace.